We are live. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Those who's tuned in on Facebook, tune in on YouTube. I am so happy to be here again. My name is Jean Marlo Davis, and you are tuned in to the Jean Marlo Davis Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's about information and inspiration to impact the nation. It's about having total prosperity in every area of your life. So we're dealing with mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, emotionally, as well as relationship wise. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, awesome. We're coming in loud and clear. So which one are you taking, Bruce? Are you taking YouTube or Facebook? Facebook? Okay, so I'm going to stay on YouTube. Bruce going to let me know on Facebook if you guys have any comments, concerns, questions, or whatever. So I'm so excited. As you can see, today we're talking about stop playing the victim and play to win. First of all, I got a little jokey joke. I was talking to my sister today, Ronique, and we was talking about, look, Bruce, I got to say I appreciate you. I appreciate you because this right here, this has been a challenge. This damn pad and this pen. It has been a challenge, but you're so awesome. And I apologize, babe, if I got frustrated last time because Bruce is awesome, guys. Bruce do all that you see, the board up on the wall, the words going down and everywhere, all this stuff that he do. I just show up and look pretty and give you guys some words. So, Bruce, from my heart to yours, thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you with the technological team. Technological team. I still messed up. My techie. So today, babe, we're talking about stop playing the victim and play to win. And man, me oh my, this is something. Let me take a little sip. And this ain't no wine right here today, guys. It's some little cranberry juice. I know Ronique's like, stop playing. It is. I know it's cranberry juice, Ro. It's cranberry juice, okay? But I want to talk about this. And I learned some of this stuff, reading The Millionaire Mindset by T. Harv Eker. That is a book that you definitely want to get. T. Harv Eker, Millionaire Mindset. And a lot of times when it comes to building, when I talk to people, let me turn my volume down so I'm not hearing double echo. When I talk to people and I listen to what people are saying, I was told, guys, years ago, that when you sit down with a millionaire and you talk to them for a couple of minutes, they could tell whether or not you're on track or if you're behind. Because there's certain words that you use when you play the victim. And we're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about those victim type mindsets and the winner type mindset, or the wealthy mindset, or we could say rich mindset. Now, some of these principles I grabbed from, like I said, T. Harv Eker's book, Millionaire Mindset. I think it is one of the excellent books that you need to add to your arsenal if you're working on personal development and you're striving to create a new mindset and not complain about everything. And I don't want to get ahead of myself, but go ahead real quick while I take this sip. Real quick, go grab pen and paper so you can take notes, okay? Go ahead and do that right now. Come on, guys. Let's go. So, stop playing the victim and play to win. Let's get into it. So, rich people, I'm looking real teachery right now, aren't I, babe? Yes. So, rich people, rich people believe I create my life. Poor people believe life happens to me. Okay? People who play the victim will not help you to achieve your goals. Okay? So, when you play the victim, let me turn this thing down because I don't want to be hearing all that. When you play the victim, guys, it will not help you achieve your goals. So I'm going to go over some of the things that victims do. And I want you to ask yourself, do I do this? Do I say this? Is this my mentality? Because if it's your mentality, maybe that's the reason why you might be stuck. Everything happens for a reason, and a lot of times we don't realize why a certain thing is happening to us. And one thing that you got to do, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it, you have to state your intentions. What is your intentions for your life? Where do you want to be? What's your goals? What's your dreams? Are you just playing big, or you playing small, or playing big? You just want to be comfortable? You just want to pay your bills? What is it? You have to state your intentions. So let's talk about what most victims do. Number one, they play the blame game. What do I mean by that? Well, it's my mom's fault. You know, they didn't teach me this. It was my dad's fault. My teacher put this on me. It's my teacher's fault. You know, it's the president's fault. It's God. I blame God, you know, because I was born to the wrong family. You know, it's the reason why I'm not where I want to be because, you know, we grew up in a house and we were struggling. Or the reason why I'm not where I want to be is because, you know, maybe I didn't have a good father. Maybe I didn't have a good mother. I didn't go to a good school. What'd you say, honey?
It's the devil.
It's the devil, man. That's the reason why I'm feeling right now, because the devil came in and sidetracked me, or whatever the case may be. Excuses, excuses, excuses. Playing the blame game. You know, I always say an excuse is nothing more than a well-dressed lie. A well-dressed lie. And I know a lot of us, you're not the only one out here today that have went through struggle, that's going through struggle maybe right now, or pretty much, you know, have had some hard times. Maybe, you know, you did come from a rough area, grew up in a rough area in the hard streets in the hood or projects or, you know, trailer park, who knows? Maybe you did have a parent that was alcoholic or on drugs or beat you or whatever like that. But you have to make a decision. That's just not going to be my story. That's going to be the fuel that's going to pretty much propel me to the top. That's a part of my story that's going to add to my glory. But that doesn't make me. I remember going to a conference. This one guy said, you look at two brothers that grew up in the same house and they witnessed their father being an alcoholic. And growing up, one child said, you know, I'm an alcoholic because my father did it. The other child said, I'm not an alcoholic because my father did it. So you have to make a decision. Like I said, state your intentions, what you're going to be, who you want to be, where you want to be, why you want to be there, and how you're going to get there. That's the main thing. And what a lot of people do, they play the blame game. I made a promise to myself, regardless of what I went through, I was not going to have a pity party, have a table, have a pity party, invite the devil to it, and just woe is me and all this stuff break down. I said I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to blame anybody. Because here's the thing. When you blame others, you take the power away from yourself. You say to yourself, you are not in control. That is that person's responsibility, or that person is the reason why you're there. So that person is the one who's going to change your situation. And that's incorrect. So don't give people your power. Don't give people your power by blaming your mother, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your friend, the wrong tracks, the right tracks, the whatever. People have excuses. And one thing that I realized, guys, is that as parents, when you are a parent, you have to understand that we are not our children only influences. And I've talked about this in my shows countless times, where I've talked about what affect your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? What affects your thoughts? I learned this from a mentor years ago. What you're watching, what you're reading, what you're listening to, who you're hanging around, your environment, a lot of times affects your thoughts, affects your belief, and your actions. So if you are just sitting around blaming everybody for your failures that you know damn well you the one did it, you the one made the decision to do what you did. You did it. And if you did it, what you have to do now is look at this. You got to reach and say, I take ownership of that thing. I'm going to stop blaming everybody else, and I'm going to take ownership. Do that with me. Ownership. You're going to take ownership of that thing, and you're going to stop blaming other people for the decisions that you made yourself. You're either one decision away from your goal or one decision away from not hitting your goal. Either way, it's a decision. Okay? Now, we're talking about stop playing the victim and play to win. You're watching the Jean Marlo Davis show every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, you can always watch on youtube.com/Jean Marlo Davis. If you're watching on YouTube and want to hit me up, and on Facebook, you can watch facebook.com/Your Wealth Creator. Please click like, click share, subscribe, hit the bell, follow up, hit me up. We hope that you continue to watch us and subscribe to our fan page. Now, listen. Yeah, you might want to check that out. Now, we talked about playing the blame game. The next thing that we looked at is we're talking about stop playing the victim and play to win. Justification, justifying. I've heard people do this all the time. We're talking about when people play the victim role, what they do. We said they play the blame game. Number two, justifying. What do I mean by that? Well, money is not that important. You know, I don't need a whole bunch of money. Money is not that important. How do you know? What would make you say that? Money is very, very important. As a matter of fact, I have proven documentation in this powerful book that tells you about money answers all things. Yes, it does. You need a roof over your head, money. You need food to eat, money. And here's the thing. You can argue with me and you can say, well, you don't really need money. It may not be your money. It may be somebody else's money, but is money still the same? Money to eat, money to live, money to breathe pretty much, money to have a peace of mind. You need money to even just to, guys, get your teeth fixed, get your hair done, get whatever. You need money. So that's the justifying. Money, you know, money ain't everything. Here's another one. People see, I've seen it, I've heard it 1,000 times. See, I don't need all that. They see somebody that's got a big house, a nice car, they travel the world, they dress very good, they whatever, and they see them, they just, you know, start hating on them. You know, I don't need all that. See, that's what I'm saying. They just doing the most. I don't need all that. You don't need all that because you don't think you can get all that. That's the reason why you don't need all that. So you justify and say, well, you know, that's, I just don't, I don't need that. I don't want that, you know, whatever. And a lot of times it's that built-in fear, that jealousy, that envy, that doubt, that self-doubt that you have within yourself when you see someone living a life that you probably do want to live. You say to yourself, to justify your position and being where you really truly don't want to be, you say, I don't need all that. And you look for holes or weak links in their life to say, see, well, at least they might be doing this, that, and the other, but look, check this out. At least I don't have to worry about this. At least I don't have to worry about that. To justify your reason in being broke, okay? So that's justifying, okay? So we're talking about stop playing the victim and play to win. And I'm going over some of the victim's characteristics, the things that they say, the things that they do, okay? Where they play the blame game, they justify. Another one is complaining. The complaining, as I read with T. Harv Eker when he talks about this as the millionaire mindset, says complaining is the worst thing you can do. Why? Because what you focus on expands. You need to write that down somewhere. What you focus on expands. I remember watching The Secret when, you know, The Secret came out, and it talks about the law of attraction and things of that nature. And it talks about whatever you focus on, with all your intensity, all your might, all your belief, you can bring it into existence. It's very true. If you're focused on build, then that's what you're going to get is bills, 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 bills. But if you focus on creating wealth, you focus on money, on how to get money, how to make money, how, like what I talk about on Money Madness, that we have our show on Monday called Money Madness, how to get money, make money, keep money, protect money, is all about money. We have that show every Monday at 7 p.m. and we talk all about money and stating your intentions on getting to where you want to be. Not just saying, okay, I want to be wealthy, but state your intention. What is wealth? What is the quantitative number that is wealth for you? If you're saying, man, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, well, how much you're saying millionaire? Is that 1 million, 2 million, 3, 5, 10? And then you have to look at, what do I have in my arsenal right now that will allow me to get to that status? Because it's not abracadabra. It's not hocus pocus. It is focus. In order to create wealth, guys, you got to have intensity. You have to have intention. You got to have a vehicle or vehicles, and you got to have a plan and execute that plan and break it down. So talking about complaining, it's the worst thing you can do, because whatever you focus on expands. When you complain, you attract more of what you complain about. Man, talking about being a victim, you attract more of what you complain about. That's why a lot of people, when they complain, they feel comfortable, they feel like they're justified. You say I said justified. They feel that, they don't feel bad about being there. They find other people to complain with and hang around those people. See, I'm going to tell you something before I get into playing to win. One of the things that I notice, and this is no shade to anybody, but I think about this over the years, when I was struggling financially, I could always pin it back to my environment, what I was reading, what I was watching, who I was hanging around, who I was talking to, because people who play the victim, play to lose, they have their own theory and their own philosophies, guys, that if you're not careful, you will buy into it. What do I mean by that? I don't need all that. Why you need that big old house? Why you need to? I remember this. I'll never, ever, 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 ever forget. I don't even know this person. Why I won't say any names. But I remember going out with a friend. And at the time, this was years ago. I would trip if I told her what my goal is now. But this was years ago. And I said, at that time, I needed $20,000 a month. That was my goal. And we was having dinner and we was talking about it. And she said to me, why do you need all that? You don't need all that. That's just too much. What do you need $20,000 a month? And I remember even when I increased it to, this is when see, that's, okay, so this is good. Okay, so have this conversation with me. Let's talk, right? Forget about this being a show. Let's just talk. Okay, so she said to me, you don't need all that. Remember when I went under justifying, it says, they always say, I don't need all that. They're going to include you in it. You don't need all that. That's under justifying. And I said, why would you say that? She was like, what you need it for? And of course, I broke it down, what I need it for, right? We just having a conversation. But let's fast forward. I was in an office talking to a good friend of mine, NFL great businessman, Mr. Fran Tarkenton. I was just having lunch with him. This is the difference between poor and wealthy people. Of course, he's wealthy. And I was having a conversation with him. And he asked me what my goal was. And this is years later, right? And I thought I was saying something because I had increased it to $100,000 a month. And he looked at me like I had cussed him out or something. He looked at me like I had cussed him out or something. And he said something to me that I never forgot. And he said, Jean, you're being selfish. You're being $100,000 a month. You're being selfish. You need to increase. Listen what he said. You need to, this is what a wealthy man said. Now the other person said you didn't need all that. But he said you need to increase your belief. And if you're only thinking about $100,000 a month, he said, then you're not thinking about who else can you help. Okay, let's fast forward even more. And I think about it when I made $100,000 in 4 months and then turned around and made $100,000 in 3 months. And guys getting ready to make $100,000 in 1 month and just going to continue to keep doing it over and over again. Here's the thing that I realized, like, he was very, very true. And you have to be able to protect your mind. You have to protect your mind, your environment, really what you're listening to, what your eyes see, what you hear, what you speak. You have to treat your environment, even yourself, like you would treat a newborn baby, man. Meaning that you would not just surrender your child onto anyone or put your child in an unsafe environment, would you? And if you say, no, I wouldn't, Jean, well, why put yourself in an unsafe environment, an environment that is not conducive to learning, an environment that is going to keep you broke, busted, disgusted? I mean, even if you don't have any mentors live that you know, there's so many mentors that are gone, but their lessons still live on and they're still here. Like Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, The Magic of Believing, Strangest Secret. You know, I could go on and on with all, the Millionaire Mindset that I'm talking about, T. Harv Eker, you know, the Holy Bible, why don't you? You know, it's so many things out here that you can begin to program your mind. So much personal development out here that will allow you to not play the victim, but play to win. But sometimes we need to be mind swipe or brainwashed or whatever to all the negative stinking thinking that has been placed in us. And then also too, you know, and I'm just being real, on your way to getting to that wealthy place where you're going to be, you're going to find that you're going to lose a lot of the people that you thought were friends, that you thought was cheering you on, that you thought wanted the best for you. It's amazing how when you're growing and you're getting better and better and better and money is coming to you and stuff, you'll see some of the people who supposedly supposed to be your friend, they get real quiet. They get real quiet because they're waiting for you to fail. They're waiting for that moment. I tell them they'll be waiting till the day they die because you won't see it. You just won't see it because we're going to get better and better and better and better. But when I hang around, oh God, I'm so very grateful. You know, before I go on about winning, I am so very grateful that God has blessed me with millionaire friends that I can call anytime, run things by them, share with them my thoughts, and then they always challenge me in a good way. So you know, I said $100,000 a month, and Fran Tarkenton said, "Okay, Jean, you're being selfish." So fast forward, then we read this book, The 10X by Grant Cardone. We read 10X. You need to write that down. I'm giving y'all some good stuff. We read 10X. After I read that book, I think it was only maybe about a few weeks that we bought the tickets, right? To go to the boot camp. I had just got, yes, thank you, honey bunches of oats. You're the best. Did I tell you you're the best?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, my husband.
Let the world know. Let the world know.
Bruce Davis is the best.
That's right. That's right.
I married the best husband.
Come on now.
He's a loving man.
Yes.
He's a kind man.
Mm-hmm.
He's a gentle warrior.
Yes.
A peaceful warrior, but a warrior, no doubt. Okay? Oh, that's cool, babe. Ooh. Okay, thank you, honey. So, I was saying that we have some great friends as millionaires that sometimes when I'm feeling a certain type of way and you feeling in a lonely space because other people don't get your vision, people that you feel a certain type of way that you got to let go, let go and let God. I'm telling you right now, you would be blessed with some powerful people. We have powerful people in our circle, do we not, babe?
Yes, we do.
That we can call, that we can go have dinner with. We pay for the dinner because they're giving us their time. And so, we appreciate and just run things by them and talk to them. And like I said, I was talking about 10X. I read the book and then I said, I had never heard of Grant Cardone, but I don't know how I got maybe on YouTube. I saw something and I said, let me get that book. And I got the book and I read it. I said, I want to meet this man. Next thing you know, whatever you're looking for is looking for you. I got on YouTube, boom, I see a video that he was having a conference, the 10X conference. Remember that day? Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh, babe, we want to go. And when we look, we was like, we're going to get the VIP ticket, because ain't no way in hell we finna be up there in the nosebleeds. We got to be where we can see. And we paid the money, the big money, for 2 VIP tickets, because that's what leaders do. Leaders lead from the front, never from behind. So I was like, we're going to be out here. We're going to do this. And the information that we received, guys, it was more so confirmation of the decisions that we made, the people we have surrounded ourselves with, the activities that we're doing. It was just confirmation. Another thing I want to tell you, we're talking about stop playing the victim and play to win. Instead of complaining, ask yourself, what can I do about this situation today? Because you don't know what you don't know, and what you don't know can be holding you back, can be stopping your dreams. Guys, can put you in a situation where you are experiencing financial cancer. Now, here's the thing. You can't share with everybody what you're doing. Everybody, I've noticed, is not happy for you. Everybody is not doing the happy dance for you. They're not with you. They're not. But when I talk to people who are already there, mega millionaires, the funny thing is they always have time, and I guess for the right people, they probably have time, right? They always have time for me and Bruce, and we'd be on the phone with them. I remember one conversation we had, we was on the phone almost an hour with one guy, and he was he owns acres, over 400 some acres of land out there in California. He has he harvests almonds and honeybees, right, and stuff like that. And just talking to him about life and principles and things of that nature, and just what we're doing and how just motivational, they always have something, good to say. But back to Grant Cardone, we go to the boot camp. I had already been talking to his wife on Instagram, back and forth. She would always respond back to me on Instagram. And so I told her, I said, I'm coming to the event. And she said, are you going to the private tent party with me? And I didn't know anything about it. I said, no. She said, contact my assistant. This is what Grant's wife said. So I contact her assistant. Babe, can you do a favor for me? On the table is her book right there by the door. Can you get that book for me? Downstairs. Right there by the door. So you know that I'm not making up stuff, okay? So, we was invited. Well, she asked me on Instagram before the conference. She said, are you going to the white party? And I said, no, some kind of party. I said, I didn't know anything about it. She told me to contact her assistant. This is Grant Cardone's wife, Elena. And so I said, okay. So she gave me the information. I contacted the assistant. I said, please, Elena just told me to contact you, name drop. I said, she told me to contact you so I could get into the private party after the conference, the first day. It was the first day after the conference. And men could not come. It was only for women. And she had she was promoting her book. And thank you, honey. Now, I'm not getting paid for this. Elena, you need to send me some money for this. But it's Build an Empire with Elena Cardone. And inside here, she signed it and everything. And it was funny. I was talking back and forth with her on Instagram, and I told her I'd see her. And so inside the tent and I'm leading somewhere. Just follow me with me. Follow me, follow me. Inside the tent, my husband couldn't go in because it was all for women. So inside the tent, I'm seeing everybody. They hugged up and huddled up and, getting a little drink on or whatever. And then I see Elena with her security. She walks past and stuff. And then she came on stage, a little stage in there underneath a tent to ask questions. And it was so funny because I said, I'm going to talk to her. I told her I was going to talk to her. And I'm going to tell you how this leads to where I'm at today. Okay? We're talking about stop playing the victim and play to win. State the intention. Believe like never before. Continue to get better. Continue to keep believing. Continue to keep fighting. Stop making excuses. Stop complaining. Stop doing the blame game. All this old justifying stuff. Stop it. So look. So inside the tent, and different people were grabbing the mic to ask questions. And I had said that I was going to talk to, I said, I'm going to talk to her. I'm not worried about it. I be damn, I'm standing there, babe. Guess what happens? A lady comes stand next to me that works with the Cardone camp, and she has a mic. And while everybody else was fighting to get the mic, I'm standing there being a peaceful warrior, enjoying the conversation, and the mic come directly to me. And the lady says to me, would you like to ask Elena a question? I said, not really ask. I said, but I want to let her know that I am here because I told her I was going to be here. She said, come get it. She got in the mic. And then Elena said, well, after the lady asked her question, she said, who next? Who had a question? And I said, well, I don't really have a question, but I told you I was going to be here. And I want to make my word bond, and I want to just thank you. And she said, where are you? Now, she was looking some other way. She had to turn a complete 180 to see, because I was on the other side of the stage. I said, keep turning. And then she's, the minute she saw me, she started screaming because she realized who I was. She's like, I can't get to you. I said, that's okay. And I told her that I appreciate her and what she's done. So, the reason I'm telling you this for a reason. She says to me, before she left, after she got on mic, she looked at me directly in the crowd. She said like that, and she directed me to go on the other side of the tent. Why? Because that's where her and her husband came around to meet her, Grant Cardone. And see, I love when you state your intentions, because God, people say the universe, but like this other man that wrote, man, don't beat me up. But he talks about belief. David Imonitie, he talks about, I think it's Conceive and Believe. That's another great book. He talks about it. And he one of the millionaires that trained us as well. You state your intention, you believe, you're going to get it, guys. So she did like that. And I went on the other end while they had security. And I went around the other way so people wouldn't see. I be down. There go her husband. And I said, I got the book and this, that. And he said, how you like the conference? And my husband was coming around. I said, babe, do you remember that, babe? I said, Greta's on there. And he was like, okay. And I said, we're enjoying it. And, I said, before coming here, my goal was to earn $100,000 a month. And then he said, so you 10X that, right? You hear that, babe? He said, you 10X that, right?
Exactly.
And I said, yes, sir. He said, you do understand you got to multiply that by 10. He said, because that's not enough. Now, see, whatchamacallit told me it was not enough, right? Yeah. Fran Tarkenton told me that was not enough. He said it's not enough. And what that allows me to do now is go into talking about playing to win. Because a lot of times we just think about having just enough and not thinking about having more than enough. Like Iyanla Vanzant said, what's in your cup is for you, and what flows over is for others. And a lot of times we're just focused on what's in our cup. We don't even get any flow. This is just enough to pay a bill, just enough to eat, just enough to maybe take a trip, just enough to go to a dinner. We don't think about making that thing overflow, right? And so that's what I want to talk about right now. Rich people play the money game to win. Poor people play the money game to not lose. For example, the goal of rich people is to have massive wealth in abundance. Poor people just want enough to pay their bills. So listen, I heard something that Grant said at that conference that it is now in my head. And it's funny because with this, I be having conversations with God. I talk to my Father all the time. So I said, okay, God, I need to have indestructible amounts of money, right? Indestructible amounts of money. Now, your subconscious mind don't know what the hell indestructible amounts of money is. So I was like, okay, I got to break that thing. I got to state the intention. What is indestructible? Well, indestructible, I need over $100 million. I need over there. 100 million plus is indestructible. Really, I need 1 billion, tell you the truth. I need to make sure that money continue to go generation after generation after generation after generation. So, So basically, I said, okay, this is how much I need. And by doing that, I noticed, now this is the freaky thing. You can say it's freaky, it's God, it's what have you. But I really do believe that when you state your intention, God is listening, right? Like David taught, uni, meaning one word, verse meaning word, one word, God, universe, word. Because, people always now say the universe, which they're saying God. So listen, so now that I state my intention, I realize that the income is coming up higher, 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 higher. Why? Because I stated a higher intention. And now doors are opening like never before, guys, okay? Let's talk about playing to win. You're watching the Gene Marlo Davis show that come on every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on youtube.com/Gene Marlo Davis, or you can join us on facebook.com/ Your Wealth Creator. Okay, so at 7 p.m. Now we're broadcasting on 2 channels at the same time, Facebook and YouTube, every Thursday at 7 p.m. for the Gene Marlo Davis Show. And we're talking about stop playing the victim and play to win. Now I got to get on to playing to win. I got to give you, I don't talk about all that victim stuff, but you got to have a declaration. What is your goal? Is your goal to be a millionaire, a multi-millionaire, a billionaire? And then you got to break down what is a millionaire. A millionaire, like, again, another wealthy guy went to his conference, Russell Brunson, with ClickFunnels, talked about $1 million is very easy for me to attract. I attract $1 million easily. I'm going to start saying I attract $1 million a day. That's what I'm going to start saying, because really now I have to really look at, if I attract $1 million a day, that's $30 million a month. That's, look, do the math. That's over 360 million, right? A year. So, that's billionaire. So indestructible amount for me. I raise it up, babe. I see you one. We're going to say 1 billion. How about that?
That sounds good.
That sounds good. 1 billion. Okay. So look, I'm like, Bruce, are you on delay?
You got the headphones on.
I know, you got to take the headphones off so you can hear me too. So now, you got to state your intentions. You got to play to win. Okay. State your intentions. Decide to become rich, okay, and decide what that is for you. And when you make the decision to become rich, guys, that you got to pull the reverse out. You have to make the decision that you're going to stick and stay till you get your pay. You will until. And rich for you could be what? I don't know. You have to make that decision what rich is for you, because I tell myself I have a huge responsibility to be successful, because there's a lot of people that I want to help. We want to impact 1 billion lives. So we start with the impact with our family, and then charity starts at home and spreads abroad. So I want to make sure that our family is secure, and I want to be able to be a blessing, my husband and I, to other families. We want to be able to build the dream that we want, see the change that we want to see. We want to be able to contribute to that. Okay. So, don't have any alternative. It has to happen. It has to happen. Choose to be rich. Commit to being rich. 100% commitment. Do whatever it takes. Now, this is the hard thing right here. Do whatever it takes for as long as it takes. Now, we all have this, we live in this microwavable society. We want everything really, really quick. We want it now. That's why we have fast food, because we want it now. We want everything now, 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 now. We don't have patience anymore. And one thing that I learned, I was talking to our son today, one of our children. I was saying that, think about a butterfly. Or maybe that was you, Bruce. I said, think about a butterfly. And I said, imagine rushing the process of a butterfly and, seeing the butterfly struggling to come out of the cocoon. And you go over there and you start clipping, like, well, maybe I help it by clipping the cocoon a little bit open so the little butterfly could come out. And then he comes out swollen, looking disfigured, because you rush the process, not knowing that going through that tight space and him struggling is going to pass on. That's your son. Can you let him know we're on the show? It's going to pass on. Here, babe, you got it. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry about that. It's going to pass by the butterfly going through the cocoon and is struggling to get out. What it's doing is squeezing the fluids into the wings and getting the excess fluids out. So when that butterfly comes out, it's not deformed. It has everything that it needs, okay? And so a lot of times we want to rush the process. If you could just kindly give him a call back, baby, and just let him know I'm live. Oh, okay. Oh, you did? Oh, okay. So thank you, honey. So, we want to rush the process. And so it says one of the principles to play to win is have 100% commitment, do whatever it takes for as long as it takes. And then another one I like is, like 50 Cent said, get rich or die trying. You know what I'm saying? Get rich or die trying. A better way you can say that is I will until. I will until. I can't quit. I got to keep going. One of my good friends I learned back in the day, name is Kim. And that stands for keep it moving. I got to keep it moving. I don't have time for mess. I don't have time for drama. I don't have time for doubt. I don't have time for fear. I don't have time to play the blame game. I don't have time to justify things. I don't have time to complain, right? Because that's playing the victim. What I want to do is I want to play to win. So I got to state my intentions, decide to become rich, choose to be rich, commit to being rich, which means do whatever it takes. And rich or wealthy, whatever you want to say. I have what I have over my desk in the office downstairs, I have a huge responsibility to be successful. Because a lot of times we'll quit on ourselves, but we may not quit on our children or quit on our spouse or whatever our why is that really, really make you cry. As they said before, you got to focus on your why. And if why are you doing what you need to do? Why do you need to be wealthy? Why do you need to be rich? Why do you need to earn this amount a year? And if it doesn't bring you to emotion, it's not strong enough. And you will quit. You will quit. So you got to make sure, guys, that your why is really strong. You have to have a huge responsibility. I tell myself I have a huge responsibility to be successful. If you're not fully, totally, and truly committed to creating wealth, chances are you won't. I'm going to say it again. If you're not fully, totally, and truly committed to creating wealth, chances are you won't. You have to be committed. You have to be committed. And a lot of times, people are not committed because once it started getting hard, what did I say? What do people who play the victim? They start complaining. They start justifying. They start blaming everybody instead of looking within themselves. You can't change anyone. You can't change anyone. The only person that you can change is yourself. Some people get in the most crazy ass relationships, partnerships, in hopes that the person will change, or they hold on for dear life in hopes that the person will change, or you think that you're going to change someone. The only power you really possess is the power over yourself, over your decisions, over what comes out your mouth, over what goes in your ears, over what goes come out your mouth, what goes in your ears, what you're seeing with your eyes, your environment, the people you hang around, what you're reading, what you're watching. These are the things that you have control over. And you got to get control over. And sometimes, guys, I'm going to honestly tell you, it can get lonely if you don't have a good mastermind group around you. People who, they used to say this all the time. If you are the sharpest knife in the drawer, you need to find a new knife, a new drawer. And so you want to be around people like men sharpen men, women sharpen women, iron sharpen iron. You want to be around strong, powerful people that either you guys are playing on the same field or they're on a higher level than you. Why? Because you don't want any of these justifiers, these blamers, these complainers, these spiritual assassins to come around and shoot you down and make you feel like you need to play it small because they say they don't need all that. Well, you don't need all that. But my mission and your mission is two different missions, And this might be the chance where you might need to get off this train, because my train's going to keep on going, baby. I got destinations to get to. I got people to save. I got people who are depending on me to achieve the dreams and the goals that God has placed in me. So, I was about to say something earlier. This is what's hilarious, is that I've noticed something, guys. This is for my spiritual brothers and sisters. Those who don't want to listen, you can drop off. But anyway, I've noticed that in out here building and creating a huge goal, I noticed, guys, that I've been praying like crazy. Have I not, babe? Yeah. It's like every day I wake up, I got my word, and I'm going to work, and I got my word, and I got to go and, okay, God, what did you say? Okay, yeah, all right. So let me see, what did he say? Okay, let me go back to work, and praying and meditating, because I remember one time we were at a convention, and this multimillionaire was on stage. And he said something, and I was like, wow. Because, we live in a world now that people don't want to talk about God. You know that, right? They don't want to talk about God. But I was very happy to hear him talk about God, right? So he said, in order for you to do something that you have never done before in your life, that you might be breaking the mold, you might be, breaking the poverty chain, or you might be you might be doing something that you have never witnessed in your generation or family, it being done. And if you shared it with other people, they might say, you're crazy, you're stupid, come on now. You live in a pipe dream. I actually had somebody tell me I was living a pipe dream. I said, well, damn, that's a powerful dream then, because this shit about to explode. It's about to grow. This pipe about to explode then, because, I'm just crazy enough, stupid enough, insane enough to believe that I can have whatever I want. I believe exactly what I say in my motto, that you can have, be, do anything. But back to what he said on stage. He said that if you have such a big goal, big dream, it has never been done before, you're going to have to know that you're going to have to call on something bigger than you. He said, I don't know what your deity is, and that's between you and your deity. But he said you're going to have to go outside yourself, and you're going to have to seek strength and tap into the source to really achieve it. And you're going to have to, because it's going to be times that you're going to want to quit. It's going to be times where it looks hard. It's going to be times when you say to yourself, man, I just want to chill. I just want to just do nothing. Why I can't just do like other people? Because you're not other people. You know, many are called, few are chosen. And you got to step up because you won't rest, right? Those who are on fire with a dream, with a goal, guys, you can't even sleep. Am I right? Am I right? Comment below. You can't sleep. If that's you, comment below like, Gene, I can't sleep. I can't sleep. You know, why? Because when you're on fire, when you believe, guys, it's been times where I woke up in the middle of the night thinking about my dream, thinking about what I got to do, thinking about what needs to be done, because the intensity is there. You know, the intention is there. The belief is there. And I know that it's going to happen because God willed it. You know, he put it in me for a reason, right? And so, you know, sometimes, guys, you got to be very careful. Very careful who you talk to. Some people will make you feel that you're not qualified to do what you're doing. I laugh at that because I'm like, who the hell are you to tell somebody what they're qualified for? Moses told God, look, Aaron speaks better than me now. I just stutter and I don't enunciate my words right. Aaron is a elaborate speaker. You know, he's an orator. You know, he can command the room with his presence. Why would you want me, stuttering Moses, to go out there and deliver the message? Because God said he called who he wanted to call. Aaron will be your support, but you're going to go out there and do the work. Maybe you feel like, guess what? Who am I to think that I can really do it? Why did God put the intensity in me? Why I can't just be somebody just comfortable, happy with a desk? Because he called you. And it's your job to get it done. And so many people are going to have breakthrough when you break through and get to where God wants you to be. So I want you to stop playing the blame game. Stop playing the victim and play to win. That's what I want you to do. Okay? I want you to be fully committed. And if you need someone to talk to, you need somebody to help you with your dreams, with your goals. When you want to plan, you're like thinking, how am I going to put this plan together? How am I going to put this vision together? How am I going to make it work? What kind of marketing do I need? What kind of, do I need a website? Do I need a funnel? What is a funnel, Gene? How do I integrate an autoresponder? How do I get people to my site? How do I get leads? How do I present the vision? How do I do it? I don't know. All I know is that I have a passion for this. I don't know how to market it. I don't know how to quantitate it or the value of it. I just know that I need to deliver the message. That may be you. And what I want to say is go to the Luck Firm LLC.com. The Luck Firm LLC.com. What I want to do is give you a free 15-minute consult. I want to listen to you. I'm going to ask you some questions, see where you are, and I'm going to come together with a game plan. If you want a game plan, to create a game plan, a win-win game plan to help you to get your message, your goal, your vision out there. Now, as I wrap this up, oh wow, I'm on time. I'm doing good. Okay, let's review some of it, because I want you to write this down. So the next time you start acting a certain way, you can ask yourself, am I playing to win? Am I playing to lose? Which one are you doing? Am I being a victim or am I being victorious? Which one are you doing, right? So poor people, they think small. They play the blame game. They focus on obstacles, only on the problem. That's all they focus on. I remember one teacher, she used to say all the time back in the day, and I didn't realize how genius this was. She would say, if you point out the problem, be ready to bring the solution too. You understand what I'm saying? That's one thing she used to always say. If you see a problem, be ready to present the solution. Otherwise, keep your mouth closed. Right? So they focus on obstacles. They resent. They resent rich and successful people. Right? They resent them. They're jealous. They're envious. You know, they talk down about people. You know, they beat people up. They look for the weak link so they can talk about it, so it can make them justified in where they are. They say stuff like, I don't need all that. You know, I don't have to have all that. You know, things like that. Things to make them feel good on their little comfy pity pat porch. Right? That's what poor people do. People who play in the victim. And poor, by the way, stand for passing over opportunities repeatedly. We learned that a long time ago, okay? Now, wealthy people, rich people, go-getters, people who are big dreamers, people who see it through, or they think big. I said to my friend online, we think gorilla big. We doing it gorilla big over here, Bruce. Boom, 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 boom,
That's
boom.
right.
I'll let Bruce beat his chest. Say it with your chest. Say it with your chest, Bruce. We think big. We do big. You know, we focus on opportunities. We focus on solutions, not the problem. Focus on solutions. We admire other rich and successful people because it tells me if God blessed them and he did it for them and they went out there and they didn't quit, same grace for me. He's going to bless me. It's happening right now. I'm 1 day away, 1 hour away, 1 minute away from a massive explosion in our business. So we play to win. We play to win, and we play to be victorious, and we play to encourage others that if we can do it, they can do it too. And that's what I want you guys to know, that a lot of times, you know, the enemy, my mama used to say this all the time, the enemy comes to rob, steal, and destroy. And what you have to do is you have to be intentional. Okay? Now, you just can't be hanging with people just to hang. You got to be intentional. When I'm with someone, I'm intentional with the time. I'm where I want to be, when I want to be it, with who I want to be with. I don't go along to get along. I don't scratch when it doesn't itch, and I don't laugh when it ain't funny. I'm where I want to be. I'm walking in intention. Okay? I don't go where I'm tolerated. I used to go where I was being used and abused. I didn't know no better. But you know, when you know better, you're supposed to do better. That's what I was taught. So now I don't go where I'm just tolerated. I go where I'm celebrated. I'm go where I'm being sharpened, where I'm being challenged to believe a little bit bigger, to do a little bit more. You know, it's funny because just when you think I'm doing it, you get with the right person. They be like, oh, but if you just do this minor adjustment, you're gonna get there soon. You're like, wow, I didn't even think about that, man. Guys, in the time that we're in, I don't like to say that life is short. I don't like to say that. People say that all the time. I like to say life is beautiful, and life is a challenge, and we're like dust in the wind. Here today, gone tomorrow. What I ask you is, how do you want to be remembered? What do you want to leave behind? I read somewhere in this good book that good man, a good woman, I put that in there, leaves an inheritance to their children. Children, what do you want to leave? Debt, the bill for them to bury you? What do you want to leave? My prayer for everybody that's watching, and including our family, my prayer is that God bless us to go out here and do amazing things, to walk in faith and intelligence and not in fear, to go out here and challenge the status quo, to go out here and show people that they can have, they can be, they can do anything. And that starts with you at home. I pray that God allows you to live a long, healthy, happy, blessed, and prosperous life. I speak that into your life. And you got to be careful who you're hanging around and what they're speaking into your life. And if they're not speaking goodness in your life, you're not losing nothing. Well, you're losing the negative. Right? You want to be with people who are going to empower you. You want to be with people who's going to tell you can do it. You want to be with people who understand a win-win situation, that when they pick up the phone and they call you, that they're thinking about you too. Somebody asks you to do something, and in return, they're not trying to give you nothing, but they want you to do that. No, we don't roll like that. That was the old me would have did something like that. The old me would have been like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And not even look for anything in what's the word I want to say? Look for anything back. But now I understand, as I've been around truly extreme successful people, I watch how they roll. I watch how they do. They create win-win situations. They're thinking about them, and they're thinking about you too, because they want to work with you and want to create a powerful link in. Okay? They want to link in with you. And you have to know your worth. Nobody's going to tell you your worth. You have to know your worth. You have to know what you will stand up for and what you will say, no, I'm not. I'm not going to take it. You play to win. Don't play to lose or be abused. Okay? It's not going to get you at a higher level. It's not going to get you where people look at, to sing you and all this old stuff, sing your praises and say my name. It's not about that. It's about what it is that you want. Remember, think about the intention. Think about the goal. Dream big. Dream in color. Get your crayons out. Begin to color again. Create again. Believe again. I'm just happy and grateful that God gave me a very powerful partner. He's my friend. He's my partner in crime. I know. I thank God for Bruce. I be like, Bruce, baby, how do you do it, babe? How you do it? Because when your wife working, boy, she be like, baby, you got to get it. And, hey, he used to it. He know how I am. And so, guys, you got to get the right mastermind alliance. And I thank God that I have a great alliance with my husband, who's my friend. And that's what I want for you. I want you to stop playing the victim and play to win. And we're here to help you. The website is scrolling below, theluckfirmllc.com. theluckfirmllc.com. We always was taught, don't miss an event you qualify for. So this is free. You can get you a free 15-minute consult. Get on my calendar. Let's see how we can create a win-win for you to help you to achieve your dreams and goals, so you can play to win. Guys, thank you so much for watching. This has been awesome. Did you like this information, babe? It has been awesome. So again, every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're now on 2 stations. We're now on youtube.com/Jean Marlo Davis. When you go to youtube.com/Jean Marlo Davis, I want you to click like, click share, subscribe, and hit the bell. And please leave a comment below and let me know if you enjoyed the show. Okay, please leave a comment below. Now, we're also on Facebook, my fan page, Jean Marlo Davis fan page, Mrs. Jean Marlo Davis fan page. You could go to youtube.com/Your Wealth Creator. That's youtube.com/Your Wealth Creator. Please like our page, share the video, and leave a comment below and let us know did you enjoy the show? Until next time, I see you Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Money Madness. And that's Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on both YouTube and Facebook. Guys, I want you to believe like never before. I want you to get a game plan. If you don't have a game plan, contact us. Let us put a game plan together for you. And I want you to really, over the next few days, do this favor for me. Over the next few days, I want you to take inventory, okay? I'm so tender-headed, guys. Ooh, I'm tender-headed. Look, what I want you to do, before I go, I have to say this. I want you to take inventory. And what do I mean by taking inventory? What I want you to do is I want you to evaluate your surroundings. I want you to look at what you're watching. I want you to look at what you're reading. I want you to pay attention to what you say, what comes out your mouth, because we're about being deliberate creators, not indeliberate, because you are creating. You are creating. So as a man thinketh, so is he. If you're saying it and you think it, you're going to bring it into existence. So if you continue to keep talking that negative talk, guys, that's why you are where you are. If you don't like where you are, you got to do something different. So let's take inventory. Look at what you're watching, what you're reading, what you're saying, what your environment is like. Look at the people you hang around. What are they saying? What are they watching? What are they doing? What are they sharing with you? Because guess what? Birds of a feather flock together. They the same bird. Okay? So you got to ask yourself, if I want something different, truly want something different, am I willing to go on the road less traveled by? Because some people aren't. Because fear of loss, I guess. I don't know. But if you saying, you know what? I have a goal. I have a plan. I got to get this done. This is what God called for me to do. Take inventory. Take inventory. I've done it numerous times and I continue to keep doing it. Because I know that this, what God placed in my heart, is bigger than me. It's bigger than me. And it will be done. This generation and the next. And so on and so on. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Jean Marlo Davis. I am a wealth creator. You've been watching the Jean Marlo Davis Show every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on youtube.com/Jean Marlo Davis and facebook.com/Your Wealth Creator every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, you can have, be, do anything. And remember, I am a wealth creator. And you're a wealth creator too. I did a little different tonight. Continue to keep believing. Continue to keep going. Don't play the victim. Play to win. I see you on the next video. God bless and take care.